as Caroline has mentioned, the famous way of delivering a language evaluation is using the word piku. So mine is similar. It's just that I combine PE, since P is still PE, right? So it's still piku. So pronunciation, enunciation, grammar, and usage. Pronunciation is defined by how do you pronounce the pronunciation, the correct pronunciation of words. Enunciation is clearly saying the letters in that word. So sometimes when you speak fast, sometimes you get to omit some of the words or some of the letters, like for example, ED, D, or S. So that's part of enunciation. Grammar is the grammatical usage in a sentence, and usage are the good words that you have mentioned throughout the entire meeting. Now let me start off with pronunciation. Somebody mentioned about envelope. So envelope. So it's kind of fast. Envelope.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned Hillary. I think he meant hilarious instead of Hillary Clinton, right? So hilarious. So laugh versus love. So laugh is an F, but what I heard was laugh instead of love. I think he meant love. Or laugh, actually. He meant laugh, but I heard love. Somebody mentioned rebellious. It's rebellious. Rebellion. Rebellious. It's an R-E, red. Rebellious. Ken versus Kent. This is part of enunciation. Kent. So sometimes it's hard to pronounce the T sound, so to make it safe, just simply say the word cannot. So it's easier for you to pronounce the word. Reunion dinner. Reunion dinner. So moving on with the grammatical usage or grammatical mistakes that we can improve on. Most happy part. It's the superlative form. The superlative form of happy is happiest. So you could omit the word most. So happiest part. Logistic thinking. I think he meant logical thinking. Logistic is the means of delivering a certain thing to someone from point A to point B. How do you deliver that item? So that's logistic. I have to give a lot of red envelopes for my nephews. It's to my nephews instead of for my nephews. She did not know how to do. I think he meant she did not know what to do instead of how to do. Great white hair. I think in English, yes, it's white, but in English we use gray hair. Ponder of you, I think he meant proud of you. I'm proud of you. Chinese New Year will coming. I think it's better if you say Chinese New Year is around the corner. Chinese New Year is around the corner, or Chinese New Year is about to happen or to come in a week or so. Decide to support, I think he was referring to a past event. So decide has to be in the past tense, which is decided. Have any volunteer? Do we have any volunteer? Or can someone volunteer is better. So can someone volunteer, or do we have any volunteer? Chinese New Year's? Chinese New Year, it's just, because New Year's happens only once, right? Once in every year, right? So it's Chinese New Year instead of Chinese New Year's. For children, how do you give red envelope at Chinese New Year or in Chinese New Year? So I would rephrase that to how do you give red envelopes to your children in Chinese New Year? So how do you give your red envelopes to children in Chinese New Year? So 诸事如意 is may everything go well with you. 诸事如意 may everything go well with you. And you're talking about 手气. So 手气, we don't have that in English, but the other term for that is luck. So test your luck. So this is a matter of past tense. So stand out the most, the part that stand out the most, past tense is stood out the most. Moving on with good word usage. I've heard some great word usage or several good word choices today. Symbolic. I love the word symbolic. So something that represents another meaning. Colony of England. I love the word colony. It's been colonized before it belongs to another country's territory. Colony. I'm a sitting duck. That means you're the victim. You can't do anything. Pinch my thigh. So pinch. I love the word pinch. So pinch is, you could say, a pinch of salt. So if you're fond of cooking, you grab a pinch of salt. But then you could also use the pinch when you're pinching your thigh, pinching someone's cheek. A study published in the Journal of Behavior and Applied Management in 2006. Why do I mention that? Because sometimes in speech, it's very important that we cite quotations from other people's study. So I love that you mentioned that in your speech. Sarcastic or offensive means you're mocking someone or you're making fun of someone. Deprecate. Self-deprecation means you're making fun of yourself. Deprecate. D-E-P-R-E-C-A-T-E. D-E-P-R-E-C-A-T-E. Deprecate. Self-deprecation means you're making fun of yourself. Hilarity. I think this is a new word for me as well. I never used the word hilarity, but I Googled it, and it means cheerfulness, merriment, gaiety. So it's somehow similar with humorous, but it's on a different level. So hilarity is a noun that represents cheerfulness. I love the word festival. So Chinese festival is upcoming. Joyful with tears. I love the way that you pronounce the way that you use the phrase joyful with tears. And drawbacks, disadvantage. Another word for disadvantage is drawbacks. So drawbacks, D-R-A-W-B-A-C-K-S. And I love the word vulnerable. So vulnerable means you're susceptible to hurt and pain, but I think it's in a way it's good, because if you can acknowledge the pain, then you can gain strength out of it as well. So that's all for my language evaluation. Let's welcome back our general evaluator.